Hey everyone. So a year ago today, I released my final album, and since then I've realized some important things about music and life. Around 3.5 years ago, I started this channel by uploading some peaceful piano improvisations to YouTube and calling myself Painting Winter because it was the middle of winter and I thought that my music was painting a mental image of winter. And as time went on, I really started to identify with the name Painting Winter. I wrote some of the most emotional music I've written, played some of the hardest piano pieces I've played, and found an amazing community of people who liked the music I was making. For a long time, I dreamed of growing this channel to a much larger size with my piano music and having piano concerts and albums, etc. But I started to notice my musical interests were changing. And if you've been listening to my music for a while, say since my first album, Fantasies For Sunset, you'll hear a pretty big difference between my music then and my music now. I've always loved listening to all kinds of music, whether it's piano, orchestral, or pop. And so I started to feel a bit restricted with this brand and style. So a year ago, I released my last album, Fantasies For Sunrise, and I realized that would be the end of Painting Winter. I've waited a long time to tell you, but now the time feels right. It's really been an amazing run, but all good things must come to an end. So thank you so much for listening over the years, and now it's time to move on and start a new chapter. Wait, but I'm still here. How does that work? Well, Painting Winter is leaving, but I'm not leaving. Surprise, surprise, my parents did not legally name me Painting Winter. My real name is Aaron Ring, as many of you may know. So maybe you've noticed that lately I've done a bunch of polls to see what type of music you all like listening to. So according to these polls, apparently the majority of you prefer some type of pop music. And YouTube also tells me that the people who like listening to my music mostly listen to pop music. I also get all sorts of comments that say things like, I don't really like listening to instrumental music, but I guess your music is okay. Or, why don't you try making pop music? So, I took your suggestions, and I tried writing pop music, and it has been an incredible experience. I always loved pop music, and I wanted to try writing it for at least 5 or 6 years, but it was just too overwhelming. But a year ago, I finally started writing and producing pop songs, and I realized I loved it. I really loved it. It genuinely seems like the right fit for me, like a place where I can see my career going. So I've really dedicated myself to this over the last year, and it's given me a very good feeling. Everything has kind of been leading up to this point for me. It's been an inevitable arrival point. Not gonna lie, I'm not the best singer, but I have been working a lot on my voice to be able to sing these songs. But I'm not trying to write dry, formulaic songs to get as many streams as possible. I'm trying to tap into my own musical interests and create something special, something refined and intricately designed, something cutting edge that any audience can still enjoy. I want to write music that nobody has written before, but that everyone can still enjoy. It's a whole new musical journey, and one that I hope you'll come on along with me. I'm not ready to post any samples yet, but I am hoping to release my debut single as Aaron Ring by the end of this year. And if you really liked my solo piano music or my orchestral cinematic music, these songs are really just an extension and evolution of those same ideas. In fact, I've been rewriting several of my piano tracks as much more developed and polished pop songs. So I am really excited for the future, and I cannot wait to share a lot more with you soon. So going forward, all my other music will stay on my channel, so don't worry about that. And I am going to college with a major in classical music composition, so writing instrumental music will still be a big part of my future, and that will all be publicly released. In fact, here's another pre-announcement. I've been working on a new solo piano EP with 5 or 6 tracks, pretty different from any of my previous releases, and that will be released on streaming services sometime later this summer or early in the fall. So don't think of this as the end of my music. It's just the start of a new chapter with a new focus and even more awesome things going on. So stick around, don't go anywhere, because there is a lot more coming soon. Also, in the next couple weeks, I'll be uploading a follow-up video with more details on how this rebrand is gonna work and what's coming next. Stay tuned.